Okay, I got some bad news for you guys. The original plan was to see 4 movies yesterday, right? Mary Poppins Returns, Bumblebee, Ralph Breaks the Internet, and Aquaman. But Aquaman showtimes was sold out, so I didn't get to see Aquaman. So the Aquaman review is not going to drop this week. I'm going to see it eventually, and if it's late enough, I might even do a spoiler talk for Aquaman. But for now, just a heads up for you guys. This week, you're not gonna get the Aquaman review, so I apologize. Okay, let's start with Mary Poppins Return. The first Mary Poppins movie is a magic trick. Like is magical. Like that's the only word that you could use to describe the movie. It's magical. So making a sequel to that all these years later is not an easy task. Director Rob Marshall, most known for Chicago and Into the Woods. I haven't seen Chicago, but I heard it's really really good. My sister, she has seen that movie like 100 times now, and she loves it a lot. But Into the Wood is enjoyed by many people, but personally, I didn't like the movie. I thought it was okay, but I did not enjoy the movie as much as the general audience. I was a bit skeptical going in. I think that performance from Julie Andrews is unparalleled. Like you cannot, replace or recreate that performance in any way. And I do believe that Emily Blunt is the best Mary Poppins that you could get now. She's not Julie Andrews, and like again, this is maybe just me nitpicking, but I just can't see anyone else as Mary Poppins other than Julie Andrews. Like I know that sounds a little bit harsh, and like again, Emily Blunt is great in the movie. Like she is so good. Like from the acting, the singing, the dancing, like she did fantastic. And again, the best actress to play Mary Poppins that you could possibly get. Lin-Manuel Miranda, he is a super talented dude, right? Super talented artist, and I like him a lot. And he played this. He's basically Bert in this movie. His role is similar to that of Bert in the original movie, and even though he has a little bit more, actually he got a lot more screen time than Bert, he did not feel like a character the way that Bert felt, from to me at least, because you know Jack, the character of Jack, is really happy, sing songs, dancing, doing all that stuff, but he doesn't have like a character. I feel like he's just kind of there to fill the place of Bert. He's not really his own character. Where in Bert you have this really optimistic dude, but there are moments in that 1964 movies where you could kind of see this really depressed, really out of luck artist, and like nobody wants to buy his work, but he remained optimistic. That's his character, that's his story, Bert. With Jack, you don't really get that. He's always happy. He's always singing songs. He's always helping out, and we like him. I like him a lot in this movie. He is likable. Yeah, again, Lynn. He is an amazing singer. Every time he's on screen, especially with Emily Blunt, Mary Poppins, the two of them work so well together. But Jack is not really a character, but more of a substitution for Bert, if that makes any sense. I heard a lot of complaints that the music in this movie is not as catchy and not as good as the original. I mean, like, let be honest here, guys. Like, the only way to please people with the music is to, literally bring the old music into this movie. Like, you do anything different, anything new, people's gonna, shit on it. They're gonna complain. Now, I'm not gonna download the music and play it, on repeat on my phone anytime soon, but it's still really fun. Like it's got this fun beat to it. It's not like too modernized, but it's different enough from the original to make it distinctive, to make it its own movie. Making a Disney movie in 1964 and making a Disney movie in 2018 are two completely different things, right? Back then, with the original Mary Poppins movie, you have this really theatrical, and by theatrical I mean like, like really theater like set. Like you look at it, you know that it's not real. It had this kind of cartoon look to it. It looks like a painting. But that's what make that movie so charming for me. Like that's what make the movie so magical, so great. That everything, like you're seeing things from, like little kids' eyes. Like everything just so magical. Everything looks like a cartoon. So that's really charming. Like, I find that so charming, and you lose that in this movie. And that could be one or two things. That could be, maybe because Michael and James, they're grown up now, so the world around them, even though it's still the same, but it just looks different. So if you're seeing that, if you're seeing this, the production design, the set design from that aspect, it's great. I love it. That being said, you lose so much of the charm of the original movie. Because like the set now, it looks so polished, it looks so realistic. The street that they live on, the park, just London as a whole. It looks too perfect. If that makes any sense, it looks too real and too polished. The camera work in this movie, like there are sequences that they shot it like an action movie, in a really weird way. Like the musical numbers, like because I'm a theater kid, right? Like when I watched the original Mary Poppins, they shot it with a wide, they barely cut. And you could see the dancer doing their thing. You see the routine, and you see the dance choreograph, and it looks great. It looks so good. With this, Mary Poppins Returns, like you still get some of them, but like they cut way too quickly. Like there are times where Linda is dancing with his crew, and they just cut way too quick. You can't really tell like what they're doing or what they're trying to accomplish. Now they can shoot from almost anywhere. They could place the camera literally anywhere. Remember when in that chimney scene, they placed the camera in one place, like just a wide shot, simple wide shot, and that's it. Maybe you could call that like a limitation of their like technology, and now with the technology being advanced and stuff, they could shoot it from anywhere. But I prefer like the old school style. And also different from the original movie, this movie tried to have like an overall plot. Like in the first movie, you kind of have it like in the last act of the movie, but in this movie there is like an overall story, and I like that. They even have like a villain of the movie. Like it was different. It was weird seeing like a villain, because like you remember in like the first movie, it's just Mary Poppins showing up, and crazy shit starting happening, and it's just all fun and songs, and animated world, and it's super fun. But there was no real story, no real plot or bad guys. There was no real obstacle for the family, for the Banks family. But here, there's actually a story. They actually have a narrative, like an overall, character arc for the Banks family, and I like that. I thought that was cool. That was a good addition to the Mary Poppins film. Structurally, it follows the same beat as the first movie, but there are some really cool additions, and I will give them props for not shying away from the darker sort of angles to the story. Like there are moments in here that would scare some kids. Like this is a kids movie, and I applaud them for actually going for some of the darker stuff. In the end, Mary Poppins Returns is a really enjoyable sequel to a really fantastic, magical classic. Due to the advance of technology and camera work, CGI, the world doesn't feel as magical and as youthful and fun as the original. Everything just looks so real, so polished, and you do lose some of that charm in the original movie, but the performances are really great. Emily Blunt is, again, the best Mary Poppins that you could get, like, right now. It's a really fun movie. I'm gonna give Mary Poppins Returns 7 out of 10. Hey guys, if you get a chance to see Mary Poppins Return, let me know in the comment section how you feel about it. Did you like it? Did you not like it? And if you enjoy my review, hit the like button and subscribe. You'll see more reviews like this. And with that being said, I'll see you soon.